Taoiseach, yes, I note at that summit there was a lot of talk about adherence to international law. And absolutely right. There's no doubt that the atrocities that Putin has carried out are horrendous and that it was a bloody and indefensible invasion, occupation and war. But it is difficult, to be honest, to credit the claims of adherence to international law or the desire for peace, when at the same time as all of this is going on, many of the countries in attendance at that conference continue to support and arm the State of Israel while it is guilty of committing a genocide in front of our eyes. While we were counting the votes in the European and local elections, Israel slaughtered just under 300 people in Al-Nusrat refugee camp in central Gaza in what the Al Jazeera journalist described as descending into hell. Now, after the opprobrium at that, last night, Israel was attacking the same refugee camp again. It was also killing people in Rafah as they waited for aid trucks. But nothing is done. Some of the people in attendance at that conference, like the United States and others, continue to arm the state that's doing this. In fact, they may well have been complicit in the attack on the refugee camp. Their troops on the so-called humanitarian pier looks like they were involved in supporting the Israeli massacre in that refugee camp. Now, when are these shocking double standards and failure to act against Israel's genocidal attack by the Western governors that arm them and support them, the European Union, when is it going to stop? When are we going to see sanctions?
And look, Deputy Boyd Barrett, this country, small as we are, is doing everything humanly possible to continue to articulate for peace. And I do think, and I do share the view, that there is an inconsistency in approach being taken by the world to the conflict in Ukraine, which needs to immediately end. It's an illegal, brutal invasion. I welcome you saying those things. But also what's happening in the Middle East is a humanitarian catastrophe, and there's war crimes being committed. And I do think it's important that we call out both, and Ireland does and others should.